Hey, this is Nev from Snowboard Addiction. We're up here at Whistler today and we're going to do some live coaching tutorials. I am with Ricardo.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Ecuador.
Ecuador, right on.
Yeah.
Welcome. Tell me a trick that you are trying to learn right now or trying to improve.
So I'm actually working on my back 180's.
Backside 180's.
I kind of got them, but like the landing is kind of sloppy still.
Yep. Okay, is that something you want to improve?
Yeah, I would love to improve that because I want to like get my 360s. So
cool. We're here in the Whistler Terrain Park right now, and the cool thing about the Whistler Terrain Park is we have lots of like small medium jumps. So if you look down here, you'll actually see a jump that is probably like 5 or 6 foot in length. It's a perfect beginner jump, and it's great for these backside 180s. So you've done back 180s before, right?
Yeah.
How many? Yeah. Do you have any idea of how many?
I don't know. I would say maybe like around 10.
Around
so.
10?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's great. Now, if you mess these up, that's great because it's going to give good feedback for the people on this video. And I'm going to give ideas that both Ricardo and all you guys watching can take to learn backside 180s. Now, Ricardo has watched some of the Snowboard Addiction videos. You've probably watched the backside 180 video.
Yeah, I did.
Make sure to always flip it upside down when you're on the mountain so the board doesn't run away. So you've probably got a pretty good idea. Yeah. But what I want to do is I want to show people on the video what a backside 180 is. So are you regular or goofy?
I'm goofy.
Okay, I'm going to do it goofy then. So for me, switch.
Yeah.
So I'm standing like a goofy rider right now, and so are you. And backside is where the landing goes out of view. So when you do a 180, you can't actually see always where you're going. Mm-hmm. So show me your backside 180. Boom. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I kind of went a little not completely 180 because I'm a little scared of like the blind landing, like you said.
Yep. Cool. And so with the blind landing from the Snowboard Addiction videos, can you remember one of the most important parts about it?
I mean, you kind of like want to picture the landing on this side, not turn, because that's when you get like off balance.
Correct.
I try to apply that.
Correct.
I do that, that's why I just don't turn all the way.
Yep.
But yeah, it's still a little hard.
So what Ricardo is saying is that when you do a backside 180, there's this really awkward technique called a blind landing. And the blind landing is where you kind of almost look uphill as you land the trick. And what that does, it stops you from spinning out and over-rotating the 180. So while you're here understrapped, just jump another back one.
Yeah.
And where you look for that landing, you're actually looking back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're riding away switch, you can look into a new direction of travel. Okay, I've never seen you do a back one.
Yeah.
This first one, we're actually just gonna get you to go first.
All right.
And then after that, I'm gonna do a few, you do a few, you can copy me, I'll show you my technique.
All right.
And we'll go down the park hitting all the small jumps and do some backside 180s.
All right, let's do it.
All right. How'd your back one go?
I feel good in the air, but then again, the landing is where I'm messing up. I just can't. I think I'm leaning on towards like the other side, so I always like slap my hands when I land.
Yep. Did you slap your hands and still ride away, or did you fall?
Yeah, no, I didn't fall. I just like
slap
my hands in the ground and then just ride away. But
so from that aspect, I'm up above. I could see your entry path really good, but I couldn't see your landing really good. The cool thing I want to tell you is your entry path was basically perfect.
Oh, great.
So for you guys on the video, we're doing a backside 180, and a backside 180 is usually taken off on the toe edge, which is exactly what Ricardo did. And if you watch his entry path on the video, you'll see he came in on the heel side and then rolled over to the toe edge, which put him off the lip of the jump on the toe edge. And in the air, your back one looked really good.
Okay.
Now, I could tell from the top that it looked like you had trouble with the landing, but I couldn't exactly see what happened.
Yeah.
So for the next 180, I'm gonna watch from below to see if I can help what's going on there.
Sounds good. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go first this time, which gives you a really good opportunity to be able to watch me. And for any of you guys watching the video, you'll really be able to see the entry path that we take here, where we sit up on the heel edge and transfer to the toe edge. You don't have a problem with the entry path, so this is really for the benefit of the people watching the video. Then I'll be able to see from the bottom, and I'll be able to check out what's going on with your landing.
Cool.
Sweet. Nice. So how did that one go?
Actually, I feel like the entry part, I didn't do that well. I kind of just rev up too early.
Yep.
So I kind of didn't take off as I wanted, but I think the landing was better than the first time. Yeah.
Well, the landing was definitely better than the first time because I could see you really clearly from here, and you stomped it and rode away. But I do have some feedback on that.
All right, perfect.
I want to touch on what you talked about with the entry path. You mentioned to me before that sometimes you really have to think about the entry path and it gets confusing in your head.
Yeah,
This is normal when you're learning these kind of tricks because you have to think, okay, which way am I setting up and which way am I taking off? But the cool thing about that is as you get better and better at these, it becomes really natural. And after a while, you just do it.
Yeah.
You're just like back one, you just know you're taking off on the toe edge.
Awesome.
You've only done, what, 10, 12 back ones. Once you've done 100 of them, you'll never be thinking about your entry path again.
All right.
I'm gonna talk about your landing. So as you came into the landing, you landed on the toe edge, which is perfect. That's what you're meant to do. Because landing on that toe edge, what it does, it gives you that bit of grip into the snow, which stops you from sliding around more. I did see that your blind landing was not as good as it could be.
Okay.
What I mean by that is that as you came round for that landing, blind, you were almost looking where you were going as you were landing.
All right.
And so what I saw was you gripped the toe edge, which stopped the snowboard, and you're almost like the body wanted to keep going because that's where you're looking.
Yeah, I almost saw a little balance there.
And so the difference between how I do it is as I land, I'm like toe edge, but looking at that knuckle, getting control, and then riding away.
All right.
So I'm really looking at that landing a long time in that blind position to be able to really stop that back one.
All right.
We've got another couple of jumps this size that we can practice this on as well. So
all right,
we're going to keep rolling.
Yeah.
Sick. Boom. How'd it feel?
It felt much better. It felt much better.
Boom.
Yeah, it was just scary to hold it longer, but definitely I didn't feel off balance afterwards, so it was much better.
I saw that you held your blind landing way better. Like you were more looking uphill for that little bit longer. And as a result, you could ride out smoother.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's sick. That's exactly what you should be doing.
Awesome.
Now, for you guys watching the video, you may have seen that back one, it didn't get all the way around. So instead of 180 degrees, it might have been like 150 or something. So as you get better and better, you'll get closer to 180. And the optimal thing is probably about a 175 is probably almost perfect. Because as soon as you get over 180,
yeah, that's where
you're on the heel edge.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I mean by that, when you see it, you'll see on the video that didn't quite get all the way around 180, but now that you understand that blind landing, you'll be able to get that little bit more each time and feel that blind landing, feel that toe edge, riding away switch.
Cool.
It's a super awkward feeling to ride away switch like that. It's unintuitive, but it works well.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah, it's scary, but definitely better. Definitely better.
And the cool thing about that is that the more you do it, it eventually just becomes less scary and more natural. Does that help you?
Yeah, that did help a lot. Thanks.
Sick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You now know what to be doing. And I want to give one other tip is that if you're having trouble with your landings, step back from the jumps and just go to the knuckles. Back one off the knuckles as long as you need to until you're riding away confidently switch. Because then you're going to feel what it's like to be riding downhill switch, riding with speed switch, and then you can take it back to the jumps. So step it back if you need to. You didn't need to. You're ready for these jumps.
Thanks.
And you can start moving up and adding grabs and stuff to it.
All right. Yeah, I'll try.
Have you ever tried out back ones on trampoline?
No, I've never. No, never, ever.
Have you seen the tramp boards that we sell on our website?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay, so for anyone watching this, on our website we sell trampoline boards, which are boards that you can use to practice tricks like 180s. And if you have a backyard trampoline or a trampoline facility, you can really practice what it feels like spinning these 180s, landing blind, and even experimenting with different grabs and style, maybe shifty 180s. And what that does, it just makes it so much easier when you get up here to be able to learn different tricks quicker. So check it out, snowboardaddiction.com. We also have a ton of other tutorials there that you can watch and different ways that you can learn to snowboard. Ricardo, thanks for being part of our video.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
This is Nev from snowboardaddiction.com, and we are up here helping people improve their riding.
That was awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.